Ugh. Hello, welcome back to the Minetrek.net game server. Currently on the Enterprise E, I'm fixing something that a YouTube viewer saw that I missed. How can I tell you? I ain't perfect. You know, it is what it is. Alright, so, okay, that's been fixed. Hot daggy dog dag. Alright, I dare you to try to figure out what I just said, because I don't even know what I just said, and I said it. Alright, let's head up one level here and take a look at what's going on, and see what's going on here. What's up? Alright, so we have a room right here. Let's go ahead and, well, let's find the black terracotta. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this crap here. We're not going to need it. I say that, but you know what's going to happen is we're going to need it. There it is. Alright, we're going to go ahead and stick a replicator in here because why not? There are windows. I need a replicator if there's a window. You know, that's just the way it is. What do we got in here? We have sensor system. Okay. Good enough for them. Good enough for me. Oh, what do we got here? Ooh, it's a big cargo bay. What do we got right here?
Similar to this here substitute, but shows a door placement. Yes, but has to preserve the side signage. Should we have a cargo bay door here?
Uh, yeah. Make it so. Number 2.
Oh no.
Alright, we're going to go back up here. And, ooh, did I miss something? Nope, I did not. Ah, there we go. Yep. Alright, okay. So, yeah, okay. Anyways, we're just going to walk along this deck here and see what kind of trouble we can find, if any. And kind of take a little bit of a tour, I guess. Yeah, one of those things. What do we got here? Force field generators. Yep, these are definitely force field generators. I guess they're for the cargo bays on this deck and whatnot. That's good. Could never have enough force field generators. What do we got right here? Ooh, yes, it's one more level up for the computer core. Hot dog. And I believe this might be a Jeffries tube entrance. It is. Let's take a look here. Goes out to that side, goes out to that side, and goes straight, and then across the corridor, and straight on back. Now, if you do come onto the server and decide to tour the ship, you can do that, and you can explore these Jeffries tubes on the Enterprise E here, and see how far you can get. I've been through them a half dozen times, and I've gone from the bottom of the ship to the top, all the way around the ship, everything else, but just using these Jeffries tubes. They are a kick to explore, and you can definitely will get lost, but that's the fun part, getting lost. I really don't like the look of that, so let's go ahead and switch that out to black. Well, in this case, it would be a birch block. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Give it a little bit more, I don't know, depth. I can always switch this out later on to be like a control panel or something like that. Let's go back on this side and do the same thing. Hello. There we go, there we go, there we go. Alrighty. And let's go this way here. Is there a replicator in here? No, no replicator in here. Can we put one? Yes, we can. Got to have a replicator in here for, you know, working on the sick people and whatnot. You never know when you might have to replicate some diazepam or something. I'm going to put it right, well, can't put it right there. I'm going to put it right here. I don't recall if that is the exact same spot. I put it in over here because my memory, it sucks. And it is. Awesome. Okay, let's head back down this side here and see what trouble we can get into. Ooh, what's this? Structural integrity field, inertial dampening field. Very cool. If I'm not mistaken, I guess I am mistaken. I won't say it. I was going to say this also gave us access to a different part of the ship that I wanted to explore, but does not. And what do we have in here? We have a step up. This must be for hollows, for the hollow deck below us. Yes, definitely is for the hollow deck below us. This is a holodeck system. Hey, it's your boy Waffles left the game. Who's all in here with me? Blue Phobes, Zim Heller, and that's it. I want to give a special thanks to Blue Phobes. The dude has been with this community far longer than I ever have. And I give him a hard time. I tease him a lot. I think all of us do, just because we like the guy so much. And he is absolutely, without a doubt, the reason why this community still has all the people that it currently has. I mean, with times changing and everything else, Imheller's dedicated to keeping the server up, but when it comes to the community, Blue does a lot towards keeping people enthusiastic about coming on and doing stuff. He spends a lot of time spreading the word about the server and trying to draw people into new people into the server while retaining the old farts like myself. His efforts cannot go without much thanks. I mean, the dude seriously is phenomenal when it comes to staying on task and motivating and stuff. And I owe the guy a big thanks because without him, I don't think we would have gotten the A project off. Excuse me, the D project off the ground. He did motivate that build, and big thanks to Blue Phobes for that because he really did. He stepped up. He got me going on it, and like, yeah, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, and he was absolutely right. We did, and so yeah, if you're gonna do anything, by all rights and reasons, the fact that we have an Enterprise D build, in fact, is because of Blue Phobes, and I think a lot of the reasons why a lot of us get interested in working on these builds is also because Blue kind of keeps the server community glued together in many ways. Him and M. Heller. Cannot say enough about either one of those two folks. They are, in my opinion, probably two of the coolest community folk we have, and God bless them. Anywho, back to working on stuff here. Got to figure out what I'm doing wrong here, but I'm sure it's something stupid, simple. Okay. Are you black? No. Let me out of there. Okay, so evidently at some point I foobarred this and never fixed it. So again, thank you to the community for pointing this out to me. I feel like a complete retard. I will of course go on the other side and fix it later. That way I recorded this so I can go back and watch it and go, oh yeah, I gotta go fix that. Anyways, this is the area that I was talking about. And if we can get to it, we can't get to it directly from here, but there has been much discussion about this area. All right, I want you to imagine you're watching Nemesis, and Picard's kind of sneaking along here, and he just escaped the Borg, and he steps in here, and there's a phaser in his face. Get me out of here! Okay, come this way. And him and his friend, they go this way, and then they end up here, and she's like, I want to leave. And he like, one moment, beep, 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 and opens the door, and they're looking at Earth. You're not in Montana anymore. Well, that's this point right here on the ship. As near as well as we can figure it out, because a lot of that takes place on the main engineering deck, which is kind of where we're at. And that's why this is kind of glassed out, is it's sort of a force field. And this is the best location that I could find, and believe you me, I spent months going over this ship looking where to put this thing, and the best spot I have for it is right here, because there's also a sick bay up there, and she separates from them and goes south, or in this case goes to the right, and or left. I don't remember the exact scenario, but anyway, she goes a different direction than where they're going. They're going up, and she wanted to get away from them, so it stands to reason she went to the back. She moved away from the opposite direction they went. And this is, the best spot for it. And that's my logic, and that's why I stuck to it. And as it goes, what a drag. Designing this room it's just Minecraft. It has made it very difficult. But yeah, if you take this Jeffries tube right here, and we just follow it forward here, we should bisect or come close to I believe we'll actually end up at the deck sick bay, or the main sick bay that you see in the movies, which of course is just a redressed set piece from Voyager. So don't get your hopes up. I mean, it's not like, oh my God, you're not 100% canon. Canon boys piss me off. You do. Can't have canon. Okay. Here you go. Sick bay. So, yep. That's my logic, and that's where I'm sticking to it. Come out here, and we're right back to where we're at. And if we come forward here again, we'll just move to the back again, and actually you'll see this right here kind of takes you up and around and into the deflector bay, the upper part of the deflector bay, which is cool enough stuff. Like I said, you have to explore these. They're just a lot of fun to explore. I spent a lot of time just going through making sure that they led to correct places, and it seemed logical about their layout and whatnot, and that every one of them are somehow connected either through a corridor linkage or up, down, left, right, kind of push it around the system sort of a thing. Okay, let's make sure that that wall is different, because yeah, no, I've made mistakes before. Okay, we're golden. Now I have considered this room here. Yeah, this is we were added the bathroom, so we've pretty much gone through this deck right here. But I just wanted to make another pass through it and be certain that we had what we wanted, and then we can go up one deck. There it is. Awesome. Do we have one? Yes, we do. All right, let's go and find our way up one level. Level up your shaft. All right, so here's main engineering. What we'll do when we get to main engineering is we will. Where's that? Darn, there it is. We'll take. No, we can't take the ladder. The ladder won't. Oh, maybe it will. Well, maybe it will. But if you come back through here, you can see that you have this area here, and it goes to a Jeffries tube, and then the Jeffries tube goes up, and then it allows you to explore around the ship and stuff like that. Come back this way here, and it leads off into the back corridor area here, which I'd be safe. Double check, make sure everything's back here. Yep, we've been here. We know where this is at. Everything back here is kosher. Good to go. What about in here? Yep. Looking good, looking good. What was that? Oh, yep. The main trunk line that goes top to bottom also connects forward to the forward part of the ship, and then goes all the way up to the bridge. This trunk line is the power, or the main artery of power for the ship. Very, very important that it does not get damaged. Now that I've said that, it'll be the primary target for every Klingon warbird in town. All right, or Borg cube. So which way do we want to go, folks? We go this way, we're going to end up out. We've been here before. In one of the previous videos, we actually toured this back section of the ship. And while we did that, I did fix a bunch of stuff, but we didn't tour the front part of it. So let's go ahead and go up over our friend there and come into here and see if there's anywhere we can go here. Doesn't look like it. So what we'll do is we'll go along this side here, and we'll find ourselves a way out. Because again, exploration leads to cool discoveries. All right, this right here, if we follow this, will lead all the way right into this room right here, which is cool, all the way forward back to that. You are not in Montana anymore. Into this corridor right here, and if you remember, we were right inside of there. But nice thing about it is double checking, making sure everything through here is good to go. It looks like it. Ooh, do we have a ladder on you? Yes, we do. Awesome. See, a little Jeffries tube right here to get you down into the systems and whatnot. And there's a turbo lift. Let's go back this way here. Oh yeah, lots and lots of fun. Come on, let me in there. Here we go. Let's go back and come through here. Now, again, you can download the previous version of this build off of Planet Minecraft, and a lot of this stuff is actually still there, but the Jeffries tubes are obviously have been modified for this updated version, including the pathing and the layouts and stuff, but a lot of the ship is still pretty intact. The deck plans are fairly similar. There's this, excuse me while I clear my throat, because it, decided to frog up on me. And there we go. And yes, it tasted worse going down than it did coming up, if you're curious. But yeah, all of this is, very similar to that build. So feel free to download that and custom build it yourselves. Tear it apart, have fun with it. Just don't be stupid and repost it.
It's mine.
Because that's cheesy and dicky, and a friend of mine, Blue Phobes, once said, told me a funny saying, pretty face, dirty a-hole. That's exactly what that would be. It'd be a pretty face and a dirty a-hole move. So don't do it. Don't. do it. Just keep it for yourself. Share it with your friends. Or you could submit it to M. Heller. You never know. If you do a really good job, she might even post it on the server. You can always ask her. But yeah, if you're curious, that's the best way to do it, because the ship itself, this version, will never be on Planet Minecraft, at least not in the foreseeable future. This is a server-only build, and the reason for that is because it's a server-only build. It's unique to the server. You know, that's why we have it. We like to draw people in here to get their creative juices flowing and get them up and running and helping us, build better ships, bigger, better, faster ships. Yeah. If you want us to even look at the Enterprise J, and now you can look on the Dynamap link in the description below, and you can see that the Enterprise J is absolutely horrifically massive. We're talking that ship there alone. This one here took 5 years to build, not counting this last year of renovations. And so 6 years on this build. The Enterprise D, 7 years so far. Well, I can't say that for say, because I'm actually adding in some of the other previous build time and things like that. But yeah, I think we started the Enterprise D in 2015, so 5 years. And it's still nowhere near done. And we're going to restart it, as well as this one. I don't know why, but we have better hulls, so why not? Bigger hulls means more fun. Now, I have considered right here kind of actually adding a door between these two areas, but I have this corridor right there, and they can walk up and get into that corridor and come back down and cross over. So I'm going to let this sort of think on me for a bit, and then I'll decide whether I want to put a door here or not. At this point, I really don't think I will, but I've considered it for the most part, because the main access to this area is right here. And this is one of the first things that we renovated when we set up the ship and started redoing videos. So, yeah. That's one of the first things I renovated anyways. And I'm very happy with it. We got our little worker bee garages down there, and we've got our little airlock, part airlock that you can't really see. It's like right under there. Plus we have access to the environmental suits right here, and again right here. Because you don't want to be in space without an environmental suit. Unless you're a proto-molecule half-breed, in which case you don't care, but that's a different series. Yeah. If you know what series that is, comment in the description below, or in the comment section below, because I would like to know if you knew. If you do, I'll name one of the, if you guys, the first person who correctly identifies that, I'll name one of these shuttles after you, of these fighter planes. I'll stick a sign on it that said, "This be so-and-so's for answering question." So, yay, good for you. Get your own little fighter. Yeah. Nobody will answer it because nobody watches these videos. Shh, it's a secret. Anyways, let's go back out here and come through here. This section through here is all new stuff. This turbo lift and, well, actually the turbo lift and stuff like that's not new, but the changes I've made through here are pretty much new. And I'm thinking what I'm actually thinking is, can we go up one deck from here? All of this is new. Shadow Appler helped me do all this, and I greatly appreciate that. He was a very awesome guy for helping me do this. Now, I don't know why there's right here, but we're going to have to actually fix that because reasons. And we got to go over here on the other side and fix it as well. So we'll go up, we'll cross over, and we'll drop down, and we'll go forward. And it's not like that on this side. So that's just, well, maybe I missed it. It's actually right here. My bad. There we go. And then we'll just come out into here. Now, I have not decked out this lounge yet. This is the next area that I think I'll probably update and set up from deck out. This is a major lounge because, well, you get to look out at these nice yellow blocks on the hull. Can't go wrong there. But, yeah, this is a massive refit. This is one of the big areas that I changed from the previous version of the Enterprise. And if this whole secondary hull, this back section is a completely re-envisioned version of the ship. So it is considerably different than the one you could download from Planet Minecraft. Little emergency EVA locker back here for going out here. I love this ship. It really is unique, and it was a lot of fun to build. It truly was. And especially come back and modify and refit. And I'm still finding things to change on it and update, like adding in additional restrooms and things like that, filling in some of the rooms that weren't completely fleshed out in the first place, replacing items and updating things. Another nice large cargo bay right here. The ship has a lot of cargo space. You got to remember, when these ships leave, they have to take pretty much everything with them because there's not going to be a lot of stuff out in space for them to, live off of. So they have to take it with them or they don't have it. And most of it's emergency repair parts, things like that, in case, somebody like Deanna gets a hold of the ship and flies it into a wall or something again. Let's go ahead and finish this off. She has I don't know about y'all, but I don't think I'd trust Deanna to drive my car anywhere. Just saying, she did crash a starship after all into a planet. Well, it wasn't her fault. I beg to differ. She was driving it. It was her fault. I'm just saying. Just saying. Just saying. If you're driving the car and it runs off the cliff, it don't matter that, it's not your car. All that matters is you were driving. She was driving the spaceship when it crashed into the planet, and all sorts of bad things happened. I think that was it. Actually, in retrospect, the cheesiest way that the Enterprise. It was kind of like a Boba Fett death for the Enterprise D. If you don't know what I'm talking about the movie Generations, where the Enterprise D was destroyed by a Klingon bird of prey. Literally, it was. First, they kidnapped Geordi. Well, technically, Soren kidnapped Geordi, and then used Geordi's implants to piggyback a signal off of the Enterprise so they could see what the shield frequency was, and then they used that to penetrate the shields with torpedoes, and effectively, with one or two shots, completely and utterly caused the catastrophic failure of the warp core containment system, which of course led to the ship blowing itself up. And in the process, the star drive section was incinerated and the primary hull separated from the star drive system and crash landed at Deanna at the helm into a planet. And it was an interesting way to kill the ship, but it was, in retrospect, a very Boba Fett-esque death. A very Snoke-like death. That's the best way to put it. And if you don't know who Snoke is, well, he's a clone of Emperor Palpatine. I'm sorry. That last Star Wars movie was just comical. With all the hell they had to fix, all the stuff they had to fix in that movie. Oh my gosh. Rian Johnson. Brian. Whatever the Last Jedi was not a Star Wars movie. That dude totally broke Star Wars. Him and Kathleen Kennedy. Oh my god. I have to admit, given what George Lucas had planned for the last three movies, they actually did us a favor. George wanted to focus on the midi-chlorians and little microscopic people and stuff, and thankfully they said no. I'm sorry, I still laugh when I think about that fiasco. It's so painful. Oh man. Lens flared it. Alright, so we have a Jeffries tube that goes back into the back here, right behind the warp core, and the power trunk's back there. It goes along here. On one of the decks, you'll note, I think it's the deck below us, or might even be the deck above us. One of the decks is actually different from port to starboard, so when you go to the Jeffries tubes, they won't be identical, because one side has a turbo lift going around, and the other side doesn't. And just keep that in mind. I think it's the deck with the battle bridge on it. So we'll eventually come across it if we haven't already passed it. I don't think we have, because I think the actual battle deck or the battle bridge might be on this deck. I could be wrong. I'm not seeing it on the map, so possibly not on here. But yeah, that was another thing I redesigned, was the battle bridge and all those areas there around it, because I really wasn't happy with it. And I'm floating the idea of actually reworking a major portion of the primary hull, the saucer, and because the more I think about it, the more I really don't like the whale tank. I want to remove the whale tank. And if I do that, it would be a considerable refit. That's what I was afraid of. Is it going to be seen? Yeah, it will be seen because it's right. Right. Well, maybe not. Let's see if we can get away with that. Ooh, we can. Awesome. Let's go get it with the other side. So I'm thinking about pulling out the bottom part of the ship and reworking that whale tank, and basically just converting part of it to be an aquatic research lab. Therefore, it'll have its own escape pod because the escape pod's already in. So why not just keep the escape pod and uh, just get rid of the rest, turn the rest of it into something else. And it would mean a lot of changes, and the science labs and whatnot would remain, but everything else would be modified. So the science labs wouldn't have big doors or windows looking into a big open space. It might. Actually, I might change that into actually make it an exotic gas atmosphere for research and whatnot. Here's a research lab. And see how it looks. I mean, it couldn't hurt to pull it out and fiddle with it to see what we can get. Here we are. This area here was reworked as well. And beforehand, it really wasn't fleshed out too well, so I went back through and I redid all of this. And as we come down here, I'll show you here as well. We have this area here is also fleshed out. Now if we go up, and granted we're going ahead of one deck, this is a workout room that was designed by, I believe, Mad Squirrel. Initially laid it out and did all of this through here, including, I believe, in here. Now, I could be wrong. It could have been done by somebody else, but my understanding was the initial layout and design was Mad Squirrel's. And all I did was just come through and kind of sort of update the blocks, and I'm still in the process of considering, because I look at these and I'm debating whether I want to leave the pumpkin lighting in here, because it does sort of add to the ambiance of the room. Interesting. Fix that. And actually, right behind this on this deck here, there was I had to make a modification on this deck as well. This is where the security, I believe, the security station is involved in here somewhere. And I had to make some changes in order to expand the security system and reroute a turbo lift. And that's in here somewhere. That's in this section someplace. It might even be actually down where we're actually working at, which is down here on this level. Actually, I think we're up there. But it still doesn't hurt to come through here and double check stuff. This is a concentrated medical storage and immediate lab. Well, okay. I will. Okay, yeah, because here's that holodeck, and we were actually walking on the machinery above it. But we can actually come through here and double check this deck as well, because sometimes I get it wrong, and in a little hollow room, I guess. And well, I don't know what this is. Okay, that I don't know what that is. I'll have to figure that out. That's not a mistake. That's actually a room. Ooh, what is that? Oh, it's a candle. I like to remove all those. We have another little maintenance service room here. And oh yeah, Stellar Cartography. Definitely got to update Stellar Cartography. This room was originally designed for the Voyager, and while it's a very well-designed room, it definitely needs to be updated and modernized. And I will definitely do that. That is on the. In fact, you know what? Let's play around with it a little bit, because I can always roll it back if I don't like what I do here. First thing, let's go ahead and pop out all the pumpkin lighting here. Sure, there's still some pumpkin lighting going to exist. We're just not going to see it. Do this. Okay, and definitely replace these. That. Get rid of it down here. I used to love pumpkin lighting. I'll be honest with you, I absolutely used to love it. But then I realized that I didn't love it anymore. It, I don't know the word, became a very dated block. Come on, let me get up there. Let me get him. And get him. Okay. Now the funny thing is, if I do this, I got to go along and find all the area, all the rooms that have been updated that include this, because I know there's some up in the primary hall as well. It has 2 of these or 4 of these labs that were up in the primary hall, if I'm not mistaken. And I will have to update all those as well. Let's go ahead and let's break these out, because I don't really want those there. Ah! We had there. Come back here. Okay, let's get rid of these, because they're kind of lame. Get that. Okay, so that's part of the Stellar Cartography system back there. Very interesting. Let's go and do that. And that. Okay, now do this, do that. Let's break out the dark terracotta here, because we've got better blocks to use for this. And let's go here and take a look at what we got available to us. We have, get rid of this stuff here. I have that, I have this, I have this guy. Alright. That's a wall block. We can do him like this. We got here, this is going to be a good floor block. Yeah. Alright, we got black. Ooh, yeah, this'll work. Yeah, those. There we go. Okay, so I thought, oops. I didn't think that, I just was curious what that was. Alright, so keep it all uniform. And again, I can come back over changes as styles change. Things change as well. There we go. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's see what other blocks we have available to us. Pink concrete. No. Gray concrete. Orange concrete. Black concrete. Let's see what this stuff looks like. Ooh. Damn it. Alright. Okay, let's try it. Now, crud. I'm gonna be lazy. I wanna be lazy. Alright, come back up here. Put you there. There we go. And let's go ahead and change these overheads. Oops, wrong. There we go. To a better color. Because you got to remember, this is the Enterprise E. It's not the Voyager, so we can, in theory, just have some fun with it. You know, make it a little bit darker, a little bit less stone blocky looky, and just sort of kind of have fun with it. And again, I can change all this back. I mean, that doesn't hurt anything. So we're not really hurting anything by updating this like this. And again, I have multiple copies of the build, so if I have to, I can always revert back to one of those if I don't like what I'm seeing here. And so far, I'm actually kind of liking the update, to be honest with you. Gives the room a lot more, I don't know, tighter, cleaner, deeper, darker feel to it than it does. Now go ahead and leave the stairs like this, just because of the contrast they provide. But yeah, what do you guys think? Yay, nay? Say so in the comments below. You might like it, you might not like it. I can always pull it out, and if you come on the server and you're a builder and you want to play around with it and kind of update it and do whatnot, let me know. Yeah, you know, just give it a shot and see what you guys can come up with as well. Anyways, I do appreciate you taking time to watch. Again, this is a Minetrek.net game server. I will catch you in the next video. Please hit that like button for me, and if you feel up to it, we would greatly appreciate it if you would consider donating to the server and helping us out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.